Welcome back to the Fallout Boys. I'm Kyle Hilliard. Leo Vader is here.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, we played a bunch of the Fallout 76 beta, and, you know, some parts of it work really well, and a lot of other parts don't really work that well, and so we wanted to talk about it and tell you which parts
Which one
apply.
is which?
Yes, exactly, in case it's confusing for you. So first off, we'll talk about some of the things that work. As promised at E3, you can play the game like a single-player RPG if you want.
Compared to other Fallouts, it won't be a very good Fallout game, but you can do that.
No, it's not great, but you can ignore humans if you want, and that's fine. The VAT system is a lot different because it doesn't slow everything down, but I think it actually works pretty well. You're able to pull off quick, violent shots from far away and get some good kills that way.
And lots of perk cards are related to it, like individual limb targeting and just having more AP to do VATs more often.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's better than I thought it would be.
You can sit around and play music. There's a lot of different instruments, and if you do it for long enough, it gives you, like, buffs.
What? I only found drums. Did you find something different?
I found a mouth harp and a banjo.
A mouth harp?
The world's your
Okay.
playground, dude.
There is some environmental storytelling, which I liked. Like, I found this, I don't know, it almost looked like a family on a bridge that had been part of the explosion that were, like, frozen in time with, like, plants growing on them. It was freaky and weird, and it made me pause and be like, hey, some shitty stuff happened here.
I think the base building, which is, you know, obviously back from Fallout 4, it functions really well in this context, and it's a good incentive for hoarding resources. Lots of good utility provided by crafting the different, like, weapon modding tables, armor modding tables, so you can do that stuff at home rather than having to find those workshop tables out in the environment.
And you can just also build into the sky, as near as I can tell.
You can build a really stupid-looking structure, I learned.
Perfect.
The modding and crafting of guns and armor, that's super fun and deep, and it's back from Fallout 4, obviously. There's lots of recipes and plans. I was finding them constantly.
Yeah, I mean, the beta only gave us, 3 hours to kind of dabble, so we couldn't get too deep into it.
But already, I got, like, a bunch of different mods.
Oh, well, I'm proud of you, dude.
I'm really good, though.
You are a Fallout boy at heart. Dance.
Some of the armor has really strange abilities. Like, I got a piece that let me turn invisible when I stood still. It's only for my right leg, and I have 15 other right leg pieces and nothing for anything else. Let me turn them into left leg pieces.
Yeah, come on. No one's going to notice if you put that on your left leg.
Yeah.
Put it backwards. The perk system was kind of scary initially because it's card-based, which it just screams like microtransaction, but I actually thought it was pretty interesting, and you can, like, combine cards to make them more powerful and stuff like that.
Plus, in an RPG, you want to be deciding a build for that run, and this obviously doesn't apply to that, but in the context of what Fallout 76 is, it's fun to be getting these cards and customizing your build as you level up.
Yeah.
I think it actually works really well.
Yeah, it seemed cool.
You can combine perk cards to make stronger versions. Like, I had to make food and drinks 30% lighter, and I combined that 3 times to make them 90% lighter.
See, I just went for the stuff that I just made my punching harder. That's all I wanted.
You're a simple man,
I'm a
Kyle.
simple man with simple needs. So now, from our playtime, these are some of the things the Fallout boys thought didn't really work as well. The first being just the game generally.
Right.
I felt lucky I didn't have any, like, major game crashes or any absurd physics happening, but I felt like I was always on the edge of something going wrong. Like, I was getting caught on geometry all the time, or, like, enemies I would kill them, but then they wouldn't collapse, and I ran into at least one, like, T-pose monster out in the wild. He wasn't doing a full T-pose, but he was just, like, standing there.
Up arrow pose.
Yeah. He looked like he was standing normally, but I couldn't attack him or interact with him in any way.
I found a mob of enemies that never were activated. They never saw me as a threat and started to fight me. I just kind of killed them.
I also chased this one enemy just through the hallway for a while. He just never noticed I was there. It took him, like, way too long. I just chased him for, like, it felt like 5 minutes. In this video editing, you'll probably see that it was really only, like, 10 seconds, but it felt like a lifetime.
The servers worked, though.
Yeah.
That was a pleasant surprise.
I didn't see people, like, jumping around.
No,
like, they all
not at all.
seemed pretty stable. Like, they moved properly through the world.
Obviously, there'll be way more people at the real launch of the game. We'll see if it holds up then. I think the human interaction so far hasn't really worked for me. Not much is added by having other people there if you're not playing cooperatively.
Yeah, it sort of breaks the immersion of the world to me. Like, I left the vault and I was walking around and I was, like, exploring a house, and this person just, like, ran upstairs and just kind of, like, waved at me and then, like, ran away. And it was this weird reminder that I was like, oh yeah, there are real humans, like, existing in what is supposed to be sort of a dark, scary world.
Yeah, is the story that everybody's crazy? Because they should just lean into that, I think.
I mean, if that were the conceit, I think that would work pretty well, actually.
Yeah. Being able to trade with other people is interesting, but also there are vendors everywhere. I think it would be cooler if they didn't, like, cop out by having NPC vendors and forced you to trade with people. I think that could be interesting.
Didn't you try to sell someone, like, a can of beans for, like, 1,000 caps or
can
something?
of dog food.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't
me.
go for it, but maybe when I get my haggling skill up.
Okay. The lack of non-player characters is a little unsettling. There's lots of terminals to look at and robots to talk to and stuff, but like just the fact that there's no like real humans there other than the real humans, the other players in the world, it feels a little unsettling.
And it deflates the tension of the missions when you know there's not many ways they can really go.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that can get in your way is like some person without a shirt on, just like waving his hands in front of you and preventing you from trying to purify the water.
One of the best characters this year, I'm sure.
That's right.
The gun and melee gameplay is kind of underwhelming. You got the simple block with the melee or the strike. It's nothing new from Fallout 4, and even in Fallout 4, it was serviceable but not great.
Yeah, I felt like I was just whacking away with a machete at robots. I wasn't really like trying to dodge or move around. I was being successful by just standing still and whacking them.
You get that little cha-ching when you kill someone. That's pretty good.
I'm not going to complain about cha-ching. I kind of already talked about it, like purifying the water. Some of those introductory missions, like the ones that you were basically able to complete in the short time period that the beta allowed, were pretty underwhelming. You were just kind of like fighting robots and carrying water from one place to another, or going to find a dead body, which you knew before you left was going to be a dead body. Like, you have to go find this person. You're like, well, I know that person's dead, so right. I guess I'll go look at their corpse.
Did you do any public events?
I kind of got roped into one where we had to fight a lot of robots.
Yep.
You did that one too?
I did.
Did you fight the robots?
I fought the robots.
Oh, I did too. Did you shoot them?
Wait, I played my way. Did you play your way?
Yeah, I was using a machete. What were you using?
A gun.
Oh, yeah. Play your way, man.
I did a little PvP. It seems at this point that it's mostly a competition to see who has the most stim packs, which can get kind of boring. And there's also weird idiosyncrasies with the system of not being able to really do damage to someone until you've both done damage to each other. Like, I was taking on a full party by myself, and I just focused on one dude, and his friends couldn't even, like, do real damage to me to help out.
Oh, wait. So they were with him, but they couldn't attack you unless
Not until I shot them. So I only focused on one dude until he died, and then I moved and focused on another. But then the first guy respawned and came back, and then he could hurt me, and then they killed me pretty quick.
Okay, I guess that's, they're trying to prevent like overt trolling, but right now it just feels like it kind of limits the combat.
Yeah, they seem almost too careful about not wanting people to hurt each other to the point where it's kind of boring.
Gotcha.
The last thing I don't know if it works is the foraging. It just gets kind of tedious running around pressing A on the ground.
Picking up a lot of potatoes and plants and stuff.
Right. Also, encumbrance. Still a nonsense feature for no one. No interesting gameplay has ever come out of encumbrance. Waste of everyone's time. Take it out.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
It's ridiculous. The immersion's already broken by me being able to carry around 300 toy cars, but I can't carry around 301, or else I start losing ability points.
I'm with you, man. I mean, that's good job.
It's ridiculous. Who likes it?
Calm down, Leo.
Post it in the comments below if you like encumbrance, and I will ban you.
So yeah, that's our thoughts on Fallout 76.
What is your final thoughts? Did you like it overall?
I think I was, because what I want from Fallout is just a single player RPG. I'm not super interested in teaming up with people to explore a wasteland. Yeah. And I liked that the game still functions that way. I went in with low expectations and I thought it was okay. It was more stable than I thought it would be. I still struggled and worried that things were going to break at any moment. But things like VATS, I was impressed with. Like, I was surprised how much I was still using VATS, and there could be an interesting world to explore there.
Maybe players will create really cool bases, like full player-made towns. Could be cool to explore.
It has potential. I think it will find an audience, but I think the core Fallout player, I think they're going to be underwhelmed by it.
I am sure I'll probably get it all out of my system as I play more of the beta. You know, I probably won't still have the desire to play it by the time it rolls around, especially not to pay full price, and especially not to download a Bethesda launcher to play it.
Oh, on PC?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. That's what works and doesn't work about Fallout 76.
Definitive.
Yeah, that's right. Brought to you by the Fallout Boys. I'm sure that will be an ongoing series, and we'll have
the Fallout Boys on Twitter.
That's right. Oh, are you gonna go make that Twitter account?
No.
Okay.
Are you?
I just go follow the band. That'll be good enough for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching.